What up YouTube, welcome to a new video. It's your boy here, and obviously this is the Q&A video that I talked about at the end of my last video, and then that I put questions up on my IG. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and answer your questions, but it's not gonna be like, I'm not just gonna like sit down and answer all your questions. I'm gonna kind of like go throughout my day and my training over these next few days and just answer them kind of here and there sporadically, so it's not just like super stagnant. So I don't know if that's like a better style, but it just seems a little bit more interesting to me, so that's what I'm going to do. But anyway, I just made breakfast, as you can tell right there, and then got the oatmeal, almond milk, eggs, bagel, and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat this, but I just wanted to go ahead. One question I did get was that wasn't even focused, my bad. But one question, so first question, someone asked me what my favorite meal was, but I don't know if they meant like favorite meal during the day or like favorite meal to ever eat. But my favorite meal during the day is definitely breakfast, so that's why I'm showing it, because then I get to have my coffee, but it kind of like sets the tone for the day. I just like making it, you know, because I get to like watch like some sports talk, some sports radio talk, so while I make breakfast, so it's pretty enjoyable, pretty relaxing. So breakfast is my favorite meal of the day. My favorite meal like ever, I would say it would be pizza, but I don't really eat pizza that much anymore, so probably like some hamburgers, super basic, nothing crazy. But yeah, and then so another question, favorite color, super basic question. I don't know why someone wanted to know, but whoever wanted to know my favorite color, baby blue, sky blue, that like super light blue, otherwise like North Carolina blue, pretty much my favorite color. Other than that, I do like purple too, so probably my two favorite colors right there. But yeah, but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and eat breakfast, and then I'll just catch up with you guys later because we got squats. Greetings. Okay, obviously it's gym time right now, so I'm about to go to the gym, but next question is upper body or lower body. So I'm assuming they mean what I like to train more, and the answer, surprisingly, is actually lower body. I just enjoy training squats and deadlifts a little bit more. I really like pushing like lower body accessories. I'm super white right now, but anyway, I just really enjoy training lower body. Might surprise some people because obviously my bench is like relatively good, and I do have muscle mass, so like I do train upper body obviously, but I find bench to be very boring, so I just enjoy training squats and lower body. So that's my answer there. And today we actually have squats, so but I go to the gym, get it done. I'm super interested to know how it feels like specifically, because my back is a little tight at the moment. So I don't know, I had to hit a PR squat on Saturday, and it kind of just woke up tight yesterday. Kind of how it is sometimes, but anyway, so we're gonna go get squats done, and we should see how it goes. So it shouldn't be too bad or anything.
These white lies got me hypnotized. Get out of my head, get into my bed, I'm broken. It's only a matter of time. Shifting my paradigms. You hold me, you hurt me, I'm sinking and drowning, and I don't deserve it. Your heart is frozen. The water is rising, and I'm just a drop in the ocean. Drop in the ocean. I'm guilty of loving you. I'm guilty of loving you.
For the ice bath, as you can tell, So yeah, now you gotta give it about 5 minutes to kind of chill. And then we're gonna hop in it for about 5 minutes. Here goes nothing. I think I underestimated this for a second. Okay, anyway, so hello guys. Okay, so what's up? Obviously, you guys just saw the ice bath and squats and whatnot. And honestly, I was talking during the ice bath about why I was in the ice bath, and I was answering some more questions, and I just realized I didn't like the whole thing because while I was in the ice bath, I was trying to focus on like the ice bath, and I just couldn't put all my thoughts together. So yeah, that initial shock from going in the water just got to me a little bit, and I was just trying to focus up, but I couldn't get all my words out that I wanted to say, right? But anyway, so yeah, so now I'm just gonna talk right now, as you can tell. But with that being said, ice bath was well, just trying to hammer out some recovery. And then on top of that, like with the recovery benefits, also just working on the mental game a little bit, just trying to be in the ice bath, because obviously it sucks. It's not very, very fun, but it's gonna make you mentally better too. So a little bit pros there physically and mentally, basically, right? So that's why we did that, just trying to level ourselves up there. There is some research that like ice baths can stunt muscle growth, but that is more of if you do them immediately after training, and if you do them often enough, they can stunt like mTOR and muscle protein synthesis and all that stuff right there, right? But anyway, don't worry about that because I just do it like once a week and far from training, right? But anyway, just want to take recovery seriously. So that brings me to the next question, which was what my goal is for the year as far as like powerlifting and whatnot. So with that being said, my biggest goal this year is to just not necessarily achieve, but put myself in a position to hit a 2K total. That's like my next goal of powerlifting is just 2K total, right? So whenever that comes, and that's just about putting myself in a position every single day to achieve that. Now, what I mean by that, I mean, okay, so every day, we get our protein in, every day we get our sleep in, try to sleep 8 hours every single night. So depending on what time I gotta wake up, subtract 8.5, 9 hours. Okay, let me start settling down, let me get ready for bed so I can achieve that, right? Let me make sure I drink my water. Let me make sure I manage my time so my stress is lower. I'm not dealing with a whole lot of stress here and there, but that always comes and goes with life, right? So my main goal for powerlifting purposes is to set myself up for success every single day to do what I need to do in order to achieve a 2K total. And that even goes as far as take care of my recovery, like I did with the ice bath, take care of my mental game. I think my mental game is what helps me a lot in competition, which is probably the reason why I've only missed 2 lifts, essentially in my last 7 competitions, because I just know how to execute, and that just comes from the mentals, right? But yeah, do I coach new people? So basically, I would define that as, what do you define as new? Like, if you've never lifted before, probably best to at least get your feet wet in the weight room and maybe have some like in-person guidance there if you've never trained before. But if you know your way around the weight room but you're new to powerlifting and you just want to get into the scene, yes, I do coach people like that. I coach some people who they don't have any desire to compete necessarily soon. They just want to build themselves up and get stronger, right? And then I've had people who had no desire to compete, but they've got stronger and they were like, yo, let me go compete. And then they competed, and now they've done multiple competitions, right? So I do. And if you are interested, if you want to work directly with me, I would recommend like DMing me or emailing me first to see if I'm available, and because I'm kind of full. But if it's like a special situation, and yeah, like then we can talk about it. But if not, I can get you set up with what you need, and you'll be taken care of if that's something you're interested in. Obviously, just let me know. But yeah, so next question, when is your next meet? When's my next meet? Hopefully, so I don't have anything locked down, but I am looking at competing again before Nationals. Now, Nationals in September, so it's about finding the right meet that's timed out, that's not too far ahead of or like right before September. So I have some meets in mind, but if I were to compete, I would like to compete, but obviously nothing to guarantee. But if I were to compete, we'd be looking at the April, May, June window, essentially somewhere in there. But yeah, how do you determine the right frequency for a lifter / how do you know if it's too much? So determining the right frequency for a lifter is all about determining what they can recover from. How do you know if it's too much? If you can't recover from it, essentially, is the short answer. A basic guideline to start someone or to start out with is 3 times a week bench, 2 times a week squat, 1 time a week pull. Now, if you have a bigger person, like a super heavyweight, bigger man, typically the frequency is going to be less. If you have a smaller male, smaller female, typically you can up that frequency even more, but it's going to be a wide range there on the spectrum. So it's all about learning and adjusting to what your body can do as an athlete and what your lifter's body can handle as a coach, right? So if someone pulls sumo, you can get away with 2 times a week sumo rather quickly. Compared to like 2 times a week conventional is a little bit more challenging. It can definitely be done. I've seen it done. It's very, very possible. It's just a matter of managing it though, right? Just because someone has the potential to up their frequency with a certain lift, that doesn't necessarily mean they have the potential to recover from it. And the whole key is how much can you do and how much can you recover from? Because you have to be able to recover from it. That's the biggest thing. But yeah, so just to give you an example of frequency ranges, I have someone who squats 3 times a week, pulls twice a week, and benches 5 times a week, small female. And then I have a few bigger males who only do once a week squat, once a week deadlift, and 2 to 3 times a week bench. So wide range. Basically, start somewhere in the middle there, and then see how your body handles it. If you feel like you can, you have the time and you can add more frequency, and your recovery is not going to suffer, you can generally increase that. Especially if you're a smaller person. The thing about smaller people, less range of motion, less total load, right? Bigger people, bigger range of motion, big total load. So the stress they go through in each individual training session is going to be far greater than someone, than a smaller person, which is why you can get away with more frequency and intensity for smaller people, for example, right? So just kind of keep that in mind. Next question. This one's actually kind of funny, but why do you always tempo your bench? That's actually funny. So we have this running joke. Shout out to Mike. Mike made this joke, but called my bench. It's the 6-2-0 special, right? 6 seconds down, 2 second pause, 0 seconds up, because we throw it up. But anyway, I don't actually tempo my bench. To be fair, my bench is technically a tempo compared to everyone else's bench, but that's just how controlled I am. The short answer, why do I do it? It's what I feel strongest with. It's what I feel most comfortable with. I personally really like it though, obviously because I do it, but personally, it allows me to control everything regarding bench press, right? Because if you go into a competition, bench press is the one lift that has the most external variables, right? But the way I bench, I'm so controlled, so stable, I essentially control all that into my own power, which is why I haven't missed a bench in like 3.5 years, like 7 comps, right? Because no matter how long the pause is, I'm stable, I have control. The carpet doesn't matter, the rack doesn't matter. Like none of those variables that can affect other benchers will affect me because of how stable I am on bench and just how much control I have. Would I recommend someone bench the way I do? No, because I'm definitely on the extreme end. I would say I'm an anomaly with how I bench and how it feels for me. But I would highly recommend you learn to control your bench and you learn to be extremely tight and hold tension in every single position. So that way, if the carpet's messed up, a lot of people complain about carpets. I don't get it because, it's not me. But if the carpet's messed up, if the judge is super strict, you get a long pause. If you have a long hold command before you get the start command, all those variables can be taken care of if you are focused on stability and control and finding a position that you can produce force in, right? So I don't intentionally do it like that. It's just what feels best. But I do always favor control, right? And you can see that with the way I squat as well. So I wouldn't recommend someone, you don't need to control the descent the way I control it. It's just what personally feels best for me. Again, a lot of times with lifting, it's just generally what feels best, and that's what feels best for me. But I definitely wouldn't necessarily recommend it for someone else. But I would recommend you become very, very controlled on bench essentially, and then you'll be set. So that's kind of what I would recommend. But yeah, this video is already getting longer. I don't want to make it longer, so hopefully I answered most of the questions that you guys had. Still had a few more, but I feel like I covered like the more important ones, or seem like the better ones. But anyway, hopefully if you guys enjoyed the video, like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see y'all next time.